Lord have mercy, Jesus. What's poppin', T-Subs and T-Squad? So, Markel, you better be glad I love you down. You are my brother. You my brus. And I will run anybody over in my Buick for your ass because, child, I was getting ready to go to bed after I got off of the live that I did with Scotty. Shout out to Scotty, Bondi Blue, Jamie is me, and Josiah. Baby, we did a nasty piece of live and we had a good time. And he reminded me about watching Lovers and Friends tonight because I was really going to do it tomorrow when I got home from the gig. But I said I'm going to go ahead and do it now because it's still, it's 12 o'clock, but I ain't sleepy yet. And Markel is my brother, and I want to make sure I look out. So this is Lovers and Friends season 1, episode 3, the private dates. So the episode starts off with the guys choosing the 2 top guys to go on a private date with. Jamil chooses Jeremy because he's really handsome, and he loves the connection that he has with his twin brothers. The friends also got to pick who they wanted them to go out on a private date with, which I felt was interesting, and they chose David. Premier chooses Dennis because of his personality and his confidence, and he was the most vocal, and the friends chose Aaron. Why did they choose Aaron is beyond me. Now, normally I'm here for Premier and his friends and their choices, but when it came down to Aaron, and and there's no shade to Aaron. Aaron never did nothing to me, and I'm more than sure he is a really nice person. But I just don't see him walking down the aisle with Premier anytime soon. I'm just gonna be honest. So, Jamil goes on his date with Jeremy at Sweet Frog. Now, that's the first place you went wrong at. Because if you was expecting somebody rocking knocking the boots, you being the top, you should already know the last thing that you want to give your bottom is ice cream. Plus, he's a little thickums like me, and I'm more than sure he would have appreciated something a little bit better than just y'all going out for some Sweet Frog. Now, it's no shade, because I bangs with Sweet Frog. Sweet Frogs is the shit. So, don't think I'm hating, because I'm really not. But it's just like, child, y'all could have went bowling, y'all could have played pool, y'all could have went to the museum, you know what I'm saying? Y'all could have did a little paint sip, anything but going down to some cheap ass Sweet Frog. Well, quiet as it's kept, Sweet Frogs ain't cheap, but for a first date, it is. Moving on. Jeremy says that the last date he went on, the guy had a girlfriend, and the girlfriend walked in on them, and I said, ooh, Lord Jesus, child. Look, I've never been there. I've dealt with guys with girlfriends, knowingly dealt with guys with girlfriends, fiancés, wives, baby mamas, whatever y'all want to call it. Don't talk about me, bitch, because we've all done some things with somebody else's man, okay? I know I'm not the only one. But he made it out of that situation unscathed. He said he kind of entertained the little girl for a little bit, but after that, like, child, it won't no need to go in and let have on her because, child, your dude is for the streets and for the girls and the chicks with dicks and I. So moving on. Jamel tells him about the older white dude telling him that he was a Trump supporter, but he found it weird because he was mainly into black guys. And Jamil, I didn't understand why you found that weird. Most white guys are into black guys, but they still have their own beliefs, no matter how rigid that it is. I don't understand why that took you for a loop, especially considering how you was talking about how you was raised by, well, you weren't raised by white people, but what's the word I'm looking for? You was raised in the environment around white people. So I'm not understanding why that was such a shock to you. But I understood where you was coming from. And I'm going to tell you something, Jamil. I actually like you and Jeremy's conversation. Y'all connected on many different levels. Y'all had a lot to talk about in y'all date. Neither one of y'all felt uncomfortable. Neither one of y'all felt like you couldn't open up. And I personally enjoyed that. I enjoy seeing two people, whether it's a male or female, two males, two females. I enjoy seeing people, period, that can have a connection about something. You know what I'm saying? Jeremy was really cute. He had a really cute smile. He had really great conversation, and I'm here for Jeremy. I'm here for all things Jeremy. Shout out to you, Jeremy, because you're on my good side. Make sure your ass stay on this. Then we get down to Premier and Aaron, and Premier takes him on a date to K1 Speed Racetrack. It was like a little go-karting type of thing that I would have loved to have gone to because I'm into stuff like that. So Aaron says that he loves Premier's friends, especially Cece. I love Cece too. And he says that he plays guitar and banjo, and he has some songs on Spotify. And he says that he is a mixture of Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. And I said, excuse me, girl, where? Because I was expecting him to say, what's the man name? Ricky Martin, Living La Vida Loca. Like I could see you being a mixture of him. And I was with Premier. I could see you being a mixture of Lori Bell Bundy or Faith Hill or Garth Brooks or Bon Jovi. Girl, even a little piece of Britney Spears. I mean, anything but Meg Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj. Like, child, you reaching. You reaching a lot. So then Aaron sings for Premier, and listen, y'all, I fast forwarded through that because I already knew that boy ain't have no vocals for real. That boy sings country music, and that's only because you ain't gotta be a singer to make it in country music. All you need to know how to do is strum a banjo or a guitar and carry your tune, and bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. There you are. You are a whole country artist. So I mean, Aaron, I guess. Premier says he doesn't cook because when he was young, there was a rule that the kids weren't allowed in the kitchen while the adults were cooking, and if they wanted to cook, they had to ask. And then Premier says that, the adults in his life did him a disservice by doing that because of that stifled him from learning how to cook. And I had to absolutely agree. Like, I don't know where in the flying hell you from, Premier, because when I was a little boy, when I was a little girl, my mama always had me up in the kitchen with her, mixing something, measuring something, telling me how to whisk, teaching me how to beat, teaching me how to bake, teaching me how to fry, because her whole thing was, you never know, you may be single for a long period of time in your life, and you need to learn how to take care of yourself. My mama taught me how to cook, bake, sew, clean, pay bills. Like, she taught me a lot of stuff. And I mean, Premier, I guess so, child. So Premier asks, does he have a high sex drive? And Aaron says that he has to preheat the oven before you put the meat in. Very clever. And that's basically him saying, child, you need to foreplay me. You need to wine and dine me before I decide to spread eagle for your ass. Now, that was the one time that I was here for Aaron, because I totally understood where he was coming from. Like, child, listen, my coochie remain in a Gucci name, and this shit ain't free. You gonna need to do way more than just take me out for a 4 for 4 from Wendy's, and then you just automatically think you about to get my nookie and leave. That's not how this goes. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. So I was here for Aaron in that moment. And then Premier beats Aaron in the speedway. Y'all, that's all I got. That's all that the episode gave. I ain't got no more to give you. Y'all drop down. Let's get the discussion popping down into the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about the episode. Let me know what y'all thought about the people that we saw tonight. I can't wait to see what next week holds. So until then, I'ma holler at y'all later. Bye. What you giving, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the